Hey everybody, John Trautman here, Real Estate Knowledge Institute. We're here in Central Phoenix at our commercial building that we recently picked up a few months ago. Sounds like some light remodeling going on in the background. Anyways, we've had to move from this project onto a couple others that were a little bit more pressing, and now we're back here. I'll be right back. Anyway, we've gone through, we started getting some of the spaces ready and leased up. And now we're trying to finish up the rest of this downstairs. So as it sits, this was an underperforming asset, dark, dingy, boring building. It still is, all of those things, but we got a couple tenants in here and some remodeled suites with the vision of what we have or what we're going for to get people in. So again, what we're doing is we're repositioning what I call dead assets in real estate. That's the focus, and that's really where a lot of money could be made. Whether it's blind spots in the market, you call it heavy lifting, those are the things I refer to it as, because a lot of institutional money in the commercial space is looking for a certain cap rate or performance, a certain type of tenant, if you will, some sort of stable asset that they could either purchase or a stable asset with some upside potential. What I look for is maybe a non-stable asset because I'm going to get a more desperate or moldable seller. And so I could work with them, whether it's on price or term, seller financing, any of these things. So again, in this particular building, the downstairs or main floor is very dark, low ceilings, and so we've exposed all that, opened up some of the walls, and now we're trying to, or we will be making it into a much cooler space. We eliminated the tile on the floor. We ground down the concrete. We, again, opened up walls. We went with raising the ceiling and getting rid of the drop ceiling. So we'll be adding new lights, spiral ductwork, which I'll take and show you guys. And again, opening up the space. And then we're also going to start this week on the exterior. The facade of the building is a huge piece. A lot of people don't necessarily focus in on it, which you have to think, like, from a business owner's perspective, they want a place that's clean and nice that they could walk into, they're proud of, and proud to have their tenants come into. As it currently is, this is a very boring building, but our design for this building, we have a lot of really nice, clean ideas. It's zoned for medical, is one of the uses, and so that's what we've decided to focus in on. The reason for primarily focusing in on medical is we've found that doctors really, in that space, have a tendency not to want to move. So they're a very stable client once you get them situated. It's also easier to get financing. So we're going to go and refinance this, and easier to get financing with medical use. Also, if you decide to exit, meaning sell the building, a medical use or primarily medical use tenants is a very desirable source of or desirable income stream from a commercial asset. And the reason that is if you think about recessions and if the market's going to make an adjustment, typically doctors are insulated from some of those market adjustments where, you know, if you're renting out to a contractor or somebody in that trade space like that, it's a very volatile business. And as the market moves down, those people probably go out of business. So we're trying to think of the future, make sure that we have a good secure asset from a hold perspective, but also if we decide to liquidate and sell at the top or as close to as possible, we could gain as much of that income as possible too. So what do we look for? Again, What we look for is this is the question that we ask ourselves when remodeling and rehabbing a property. Is this a place that I would like to do business in and run my business out of? Like I said, currently, no, but with the vision that we are going for, I have no doubt that we will fill up soon. Our goal is to have this done in the next 45 to 60 days. I think with the current pace that we're going, that's going to be easy for us to hit, as long as we keep everybody on board and make sure that the product gets here on time. Anyways, other than that, let's take a look around real quick and I'll show you what we've done. Who's talking? Okay, here's the spiral ductwork that we were talking about. If you look here, this is actually where the drop ceiling used to come. You could actually see it over here as well. So we've gained at least another 2 feet right here by raising this. You could see how low it was. So what we're trying to do is we want to clean up all the electrical, so you can see all the conduit, everything's been run, it's getting a little tighter. And then the plumbing as well, we cleaned that up, tightened it up a little bit tighter to the ceiling here. Spiral ductwork, and again, opened up all of this space. Now, this is structural, so we will not be moving this. But what's kind of cool is you look at this structure, and obviously this could hold a lot more weight than it currently does. There's only one more floor on top of this, and you don't need to have this heavy of a structure in a space like this. So what it tells me is we could go vertical even more. And what's that mean? I mean, going another 2 or 3 stories on top of what we currently have. Why would we want to do that? Well, we already now own the building, we own the land. How do you monetize it? You monetize it by adding to, right? So we could add square footage without acquiring more land, increasing our income potential. And in this zoning also, if we chose to do something like mixed use, we have multifamily on top of the medical use. So anyways, there's a lot of great uses for this property, and when we bought it, it came with a lot next door for additional parking. That would be maybe one of our limiting criterias or limiting issues that we would have with this particular property, but we are in downtown Central Phoenix, so we could get away with a little less parking, so I hope. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, so fuck man, how do we look at this concrete? Maybe over here. Fuck. I don't think so either. Oh, yeah. So, you want to get this? So we've ground down this concrete here. It's all nice. It's not a high polishing, but it is a very smooth finish. You got the aggregate coming through here. Again, you can see the spiral ductwork getting ran here, and some of the electrical. Watch your head as you guys come through here. What we're doing is we have the windows here, and we're trying to keep all the window light coming through, because some of these spaces in the middle are really dark. So we're going to open up a couple of the other exterior walls to get additional lighting in. You guys will see that happen too. We got the restrooms down here, and then over here, if this was medical or maybe some sort of cosmetology type of space, or even hairdressing, we could get all those in here. You can see all these different spaces here. We could actually rent each one of these out for a significantly higher amount, which we are going to test this pricing, but only once we're a little further and people could see the vision. Right now, it's kind of a rat's nest.